Go.
All right, we're going to be putting the dimmer, switching out the light source for dimmer on the SOFAR signs. I think everybody's already got these in the mail. So basically what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to cut the wires here and right here. Start by doing that. Right here. This one can be a little closer to the end here. Okay. So basically the dimmer works by putting your in, which means the power going in, and this is the positive and negative, and then the power going out, positive and negative. You got your plus sign and you got your minus sign. And the red should be your positive, and the black should be your negative on here. This is DC power, so it does actually matter which side is positive and which side is negative. And if you end up putting them on there and then you're not getting, nothing's happening, then most likely you've got them switched back opposite. So you just need to try switching them and see if that solves your problem. You can see here there's 4 holes here for screws, so this can actually get screwed on, but I'm not going to do that till I'm already done. First thing I'm going to do, this is coming from my power source, so I only need one of these to go to the in, and the other one I don't need to use at all. So I can either put a little bit of tape, electrical tape over the end, and be fine, or you know, you don't really have to put anything over the end because it's already cut. But you can, just to be on the safe side, put a little electrical tape like this. Would be great. Be easy, the easiest thing to do. And yeah, you only need one of these powers going in, and so we're gonna have to strip this off so we can reveal what's the 2 wires that are inside here, and then on the other one we're gonna have to strip this, and we're gonna strip this, and these are both gonna have to go to the out. So they both have to reach, basically. So I would probably put it somewhere around. So, well, it's gonna have to move over just a little bit. Let's see. This where it reaches. A little more. It's kind of a pain here to make sure you have enough. They both can reach. So, so it's gonna be a little bit. It's gonna be a little tight. This one, maybe getting this out of the way will help. Okay, so if we come around here, that could be there, good there, and this could be good there. There you go, that's pretty good. It should be able to both reach. I guess you're gonna have to drop it down a little bit so you won't be seeing. They both could reach right here. Right, well, let's give one a try. So let's go ahead and start by stripping off the wires. You could probably just have one tool for all this, just a wire stripper. So this is like a basic wire stripper here, and basically doing the same thing. Basically, you don't want to cut all the way through. You just kind of go in a little bit. Don't apply too much pressure, and just spin it with your hand and go around like so. So you don't want to apply too much pressure. You're just trying to get it so it kind of starts to cut it, that you can. And the sharper, if you go out and buy a new one, obviously the sharper these things are, the better it's going to be for cutting through the initial outside coating here. You can also use a box cutter to do this too, which is probably a little bit easier, especially because this is actually kind of old. Always cut away from yourself. There they are. Got your red positive and your black negative. And I did a good job without cutting into them. If you do cut into these by accident and you're revealing the actual wire inside there, probably best to put a little tape over that area. So either that or cut back a little further. We'll go ahead and strip these. You can kind of feel a little bit which one you need by going in first and clamping down. And this is going to be a little bit too. Yeah, it fits perfect. That one fit perfectly. So I'm going like.
What number is it?
So I'm going 3 over here from the biggest one, which is 16. The gauge is 16. All right, so we'll try this. Do the black one here. 3 over. Gauge is 16. There we go. And then I take the wire and I kind of turn it like so. Twist it. And twist this one. All the wires are all together. There's no like strands that are loose or anything. And we'll go ahead and we'll just attach this first because this will be easier just to attach over here. And we'll try to make it reach the other. Hopefully we can get it to reach the other. What I should have done, I kind of messed up. I should have actually cut this back here, and I would have had a lot more room to play with, and it wouldn't be so tight, and I wouldn't be having this issue right now. So don't make the mistake I just made, and go ahead and cut it, because this part we're not going to use. This power we're going to use on the end. This one we won't use at all. So you could just cut this one way up here, and then you have all this extra to get all the way over here. All right, so do it that way. Unscrew these. Unscrew these. So again, your positive is on the inside and the negative is on the outside. So if you follow that, you put it through here, through here. Okay. Just like that. Okay. So let's go ahead. There's no real reason to tighten it down at this point, honestly, because we got to get this one in first before we can even. Otherwise, you're going to have to loosen it up again anyways to get that in. So what I might end up doing is I have to probably, if I take this out, I'm going to have a little more slack because you can see here. This is kind of like stopping me from getting as far as I want to go. So what I'm going to do here, I'll get it. What I want to do here is kind of just take a little screwdriver and take that one off. And now we have a little more room to be able to get that in there. Okay, so let's go ahead and strip this one down. I'll start with this one. Let's see if this one is a little bit tight, a little bit sharper than the other one. Not really too sharp, is it? Just turning it, just giving it a little bit of a cut, not too much, and I'm turning it all the way around so I can kind of keep going. Reveal it there a little bit. Kind of start to see it. Let's see what happens. Can I start to peel it back a little bit and see how it goes. There we go. Just like that. And go ahead and go back to your third one, your 16 gauge. Since we already know what it is. Clamp down, pull. 16 gauge, clamp down, pull. Go ahead and twist your wires. Twist your wires. Okay. Let's see. We got let's go ahead and try to do our negatives first. So get your negative there. And get your negative coming in there. Got 2 negatives in. And just tighten it down on them so they're not going to move in there. Good. Okay, let's get your positives in there. Try to get that underneath. Like that. Get it a little further. Might actually work a little even better if you just take it off all the way. Again, the more slack you have, the easier this is going to be. So, okay, get that one in there. Get this one in there.
And get a different angle.
Okay,
We can. It's not good.
well, I mean, I'm just trying to get them both in there. So, all right, right here. Your positives and your negatives. Now, I gotta read this one. One last one to strip. Start by making your, I guess it doesn't really matter what you're gonna use at this point. That was maybe a little closer. Go ahead and take the outside coating off first again.
And again, it doesn't matter which one of these you use, right?
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
They're both power out. Once you plug that in, it's going to be both power out. The only thing that really matters is you get your positive to your positive and your negative to your negative. Okay, we're going to, same gauge here, third one. Oh, somehow I got a lot more off there than I meant to. Definitely don't need that much, but it's okay if you do. Just a little bit is good enough. Alright, let's go ahead and loosen these again. Alright. Negative is on the outside, positive on the inside. So we'll start with the negative. Put that underneath. Yeah, maybe start with the positive. Positive on the inside anyways. So let's get them. Sometimes you can get them both in at the same time too. We'll get this one in there first. Okay. Probably actually easiest to get them both in there at the same time if you can. Okay. We'll give this a try and see if it works. Then we can screw those on.
There you go.